Phoenix Point, Terror from the Void. We have reached the point in our campaign where we have the means to start striking back against the Pandorans and the threat that they pose to the remainder of humanity. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Today, we're on the hunt for lairs, so we're sending the Nest Busters and the Fire Support Team to take care of at least 2 lairs. We are also at the point where we need to decide who we're going to side with ideologically, and we need to start prioritizing our forces and not responding to every single Haven defense. We need to start pushing towards a final solution to the Pandora virus. We can think about our long-term plans later. In the meantime, we have a lair to smash. So Nightcat and friends are going in hot and heavy with the napalm. Our mission today is led by the Nestbuster team, Nightcat, Rocketman and Warbird, backed up by Repo and Warhound from the salvage team. The Armadillo is the centerpiece of our attack, and the spawnery is visible straight off the bat, so let's launch some napalm in here. We know that napalm is extremely powerful against a spawnery. When one of these was placed in one of our bases, the Nestbusters used fire against it, and it took it out in a matter of turns. The first of those grenades didn't do anything, but the second one has filled the region with fire. So we won't even need to get close. Let's stay close to the Armadillo, keep it safe, secure the region. I mean, the Armadillo is much more durable in combat than the Scarab is. And it does have a few different weapon systems as well.
Rolling out.
So far, our weapon of choice has been the grenade launcher, and we can see an egg pod through the gap here. Let's take shots at it. Warbird is one of our most fragile soldiers, so she is using the living armor.
Proceeding. Rolling.
Let's check this corner here, and there are no Pandorans in sight. We might be able to finish off this spawnery before even making contact. There are no huts around for looting, but we did have the spawnery right here, so that makes the mission much easier. We don't need loot. But I am going to move into position here to defend the Armadillo from all angles. Spread the team out a bit. Warhound wants a taste of this spawnery, so she's going to jump in. It's only 2 turns away. Her delirium is very high after she manually wrestled an Acheron to the ground and into containment.
I can see them.
Right, we've spotted a screaming tower.
Right there.
Just leave those alone and they pose no problem whatsoever. Alright, where are you, Pandorans? Come out and play. We have Sign of Life, Shield Bearer Champion. But otherwise, nothing's happening. Where are all the enemy? Well, massive damage to all of the egg pods over that turn from fire. And from the blast damage of the grenade as well. Let's get more in there. If we could pop all the egg pods this turn, it will die in a matter of minutes. Ooh, massive damage. Holy moly. We took out all of the egg pods bar 1. That was huge damage. Huge. We're almost ready to leave now. Let's throw another one in here. don't think the second one had any effect, but that doesn't matter. The whole place is filled with fire. Spawnery's down to 600 health. It's only 2 turns away from death. I think that was a Triton shooting at the armadillo, but it had no effect. And now the Arthrans scramble into action as their spawnery comes under threat. But it is too late. The nest busters have busted this nest. We just have to hold on until it bleeds. We have a secondary objective here to capture a Pandoran with the virus ability. We have the equipment to do so. And we want that Arthur there with the virus rifle. Pretty nasty looking critter.
Proceeding.
Repo into position.
I'm here.
It's got a grenade launcher, it has a spitty face, and it has a virus rifle. It is a dangerous one.
Let's go.
Let's lure it into a trap.
Receiving.
Alright. Just trying to think. We've got 3 of them bearing down on us, and we want to be ready to leave pretty quickly.
Rolling.
It's not essential to capture that thing. I plan on building a team dedicated to capturing the Pandorans. And once that team is formed up, there won't be a variety of Pandoran that we can't capture in a mission. This one has Fire Quencher. This one seems safe. Let's try and take out the spawnery. Weren't able to take out that last pod, but it shouldn't be too much longer before it succumbs to the fire. Let's attack the Triton. Again, a miss, hitting the ledge above. Not to worry. Bring the team a little bit closer now. We know where the contact is coming from. Rocket Man, you are unable to capture anything. We have that new secondary objective of capture a viral Pandoran. That's this one here. Well, let's try and take that gun off. If that makes contact, that will make us panic.
Hostile wounded.
Pandorans, they always have friends nearby. This Pandoran will call reinforcement if it survives in whatever shape until the end of turn. From now on, any touched by the void will have this. Oh dear, an extra effect. The Oniric Delirium. That means that we're going to have more bad guys coming our way. We don't have the actions to deal with it. And I still would like to capture it. We're in a pretty good position here. We are not really exposed to long-range fire. And the majority of the bad guys are Arthrans at the moment. Another one. Triton Thug trying to use the shotgun, but it's no good against the thick armor of an armadillo. Indirect grenade over the ledge. Slight damage to Warhound. Now this one is the one we need to capture. The Bane Champion. And Warhound will have to be the one to do it.
5 by 5.
So let's head over here. We can use that weapon twice to capture. Not sure why the camera went over there, but anyway. One more decent hit and we'll capture that. But we need to protect Warhound. And we could just stack it up this turn by using Ready for Action to swap the backpack. Rocket Man now has the weapon and the actions to stun it. We'll stack up a little bit more so that we have enough time to escape. The spawnery is mere moments from death.
Finger on the trigger.
Take that out. Respectable damage to that arm. Alright, end of the turn, the spawnery should die, and then we can mount up and leave. Let's put some fire on these. Ooh, excellent hit. The blast taking out a lot of body parts off one of them. That Triton will regenerate his arms, but then probably lose them again to fire. Repost is watching the carnage. He didn't do much, but he didn't need to. He's done a lot of work.
Let's go.
Nightcat, mount up. Next turn we leave, the spawnery exploding. The heat too much to bear. Oh, the sneaky one here, going for the spit. The return fire from the Grom autocannon. The thing I like about that weapon is it has the chance to take out 2 body parts if you make 2 hits. I think that's it. We didn't see much. It must have been a fresh lair. Its variety of Pandorans was literally just Arthrans. Right, it's time to evac. Let's just jump out. Repo can heal you, so you don't spend any time in the med bay. Rocket Man needs to leave. Warbird similar. And the armadillo. Nightcat is inside. We did it. Nice, efficient mission. Defeating this nest seems to have brought the evolution level down just a notch. And the Anu disciples are pretty happy with us now, giving us access to some of their technology. We could get 50% more food from this one, I think. That will allow us to create resources from thin air. The accelerated evolution observed in Pandoran entities, a response to losses sustained in missions, has ceased. Concurrently, the augmented research output from Phoenix Project has returned to standard levels. The intricate dance of adaptation. The battle barge is on its way to Phoenix Forward Command to drop off 6 infantry, and then it'll head to, I think, Phoenix R&D. The Scylla autopsy is complete, and the Scylla is something like a Pandoran battleship with multiple weapons and defense systems, and a critical command and control ability. It is certainly highly intelligent, and seems to be responsible for increasing strength of Pandoran attacks on havens. Many of its mutations seems to be orientated towards abduction of human populations rather than outright massacre. It is absolutely essential that we capture a live specimen, although it will be an extremely dangerous task. The 5th interceptor is ready, and at this point, the behemoth will just be a resource farm for us. A quick look at the state of all of our bases. Phoenix Australia is our home base. We have Phoenix Forward Command, which is our containment facility. Phoenix R&D, where all the research happens. Fighter Base Central, as the name implies, is in charge of all the fighting. Forward Operating Base in the Mediterranean is focused towards food production to keep the resources flowing. Both fighter bases will have living quarters ×2 to speed up stamina recovery, and once we are able to, I will remove that training facility, which is redundant here. We just have to open up this slot here. We have 2 fighters at each fighter base, so whichever hemisphere the behemoth decides to pop up in, we should be able to react within at least 12 hours while the rest of the interceptors make their way there. When we have a 3rd wing, that will shorten our reaction time. We have a mission here guided by the Whispers, which was to stop the Pure from attacking a Cmdr haven. We have a week to complete this mission, but let's check in here. Alright, this is where Cmdr's clandestine lab is doing advanced research. If we can increase our standing with Cmdr, we can work with them rather than against them, and everyone will remain happily. We just want to fend the Pure off, and I think we gain access to Bionics, the third level of it, if we complete this mission. There is a growing consensus within Phoenix Project that perhaps we shouldn't try so hard to protect the disciples of Anu who are willing to embrace the Pandora virus. The creature, the Acheron, disperses biochemicals that stimulate diverse reaction in exposed subjects. These stimulants seem to act like the keys and unlock pre-existing potentialities in the subject. Their almost supernatural power that the Acherons manifest in the field must result from their ability to somehow harness the oniric delirium, and we suspect that they are the clue to gaining further understanding of this phenomenon. Could it be that the oniric delirium is not the result of an infection, but rather some sort of signal? The creature appears to understand human speech, but is either unable or unwilling to speak. Battle barges arrived at Phoenix R&D to drop off the last of the infantry. There's a mixed contingent here for this garrison. I was very impressed with the way the Nest Buster and salvage team worked together to take out the last Lair, so let's get in there and take out another. We will take the armadillo again. It has a little bit of a scratch on it, but not much damage at all. We haven't really found a need for mutagens, so we have quite the store of cure. Let's give Warhounds some and hope that they can still participate. No side effects that time. You can't get lucky every time, and unfortunately the spawnery is nowhere to be found. It will be on either side here of this shadowed realm. And despite my best efforts, I don't think we're going to be able to get the armadillo close enough to put fire onto the actual spawnery itself. So today, it's going to have to be the heavies. The heavies are going to have to advance through the map, and we will use the assaults and the armadillo to provide fire support as they advance. We won't advance the rest of the team in. The Nest Busters will stay with their vehicle.
I'm prepared.
I'm confident that the two heavies will be able to carry their weight, so to speak.
My turn.
But they certainly will be backed up by a competent team. Nightcatter and Warbird standing shoulder to shoulder, the Acheron ablaze.
I was born ready.
Ready. Finger on the trigger.
We're going to put some shots on it just to get it on its way to the grave. Take out a leg? Someone told me to turn down the particles of the fire, but I kind of like the blinding effect. I like what it does to the gameplay. The commander's drink was empty and he needed a refreshment, so the team standed by for about 20 minutes waiting for their next order. That's a runner back. Fire the napalm. That's the best thing about a turn-based game, in my opinion. You can just walk away sometimes. And sometimes you have to, because this game is very just one more mission, one more turn.
My turn.
It is the Easter weekend here, and so I am committed to getting as many missions complete today as we possibly can.
I'm repositioning. Here they come. Let's make this happen.
Alright, we have spotted the spawnery. No hope of getting a grenade that far, I don't think at all. But no telling until we have action points to do it with. We will advance the Armadillo team forward just a bit. Warhound needs to catch up to her friend. These guys have been working hand in hand since the earliest missions. And this will probably be their most perilous mission together. This one here is immune to fire, so don't waste grenades on it, and he's going to launch acid worms at us. We can take cover in the armadillo if there are too many worms to handle.
Ready to rock.
We need to get rid of the Acheron. I believe this one can resurrect the dead. The Achlis. So we don't want him leaping out of the fire, but he does it anyway, taking a fair amount of damage as he does so. And I believe Omar just got shot in the helmet. Omar is still rocking the standard Phoenix Heavy helmet, just so I could tell them apart. There's not much you can do about a sniper round. This Triton here taking massive damage as he tries to escape the blaze. And we have a secondary mission here to capture a Pandoran with the goo ability. Curiously, we didn't have any worms thrown at us this time. So let's try and melt as... Yeah, we can't reach far enough with our grenade launcher. I could move slightly closer. But even then, I think the scatter will be too much. Yeah, we're heavily reliant on scatter to try and get it over and hit something meaningful. That's alright, we can't use our vehicles as a crutch every time. I'd like to get some napalm on. That would surprise him. Grenade landing at his feet. Oh, but his friend copping it instead.
Let me see.
Let's take down the Achlis. Double burst might even do it.
You are gone.
Beautiful. Nightcat recovering all the willpower used in that shot. Now this thing is our next biggest threat. I'd like to hit the head, but it's such a small target. Let's hit it with a light grenade.
Hostile injured but alive. All about
This thing is actually great, I love it. You can quick aim it if you really need to.
Ready to rock.
Just gives assault troopers enough versatility. Like, I find frag grenades to be cumbersome to use, and I rarely end up using them. Because you've got to shuffle them around in your inventory.
All set.
On a good turn, if you use 2 quick aims, and then the standard 2-shot, you can launch all of the grenades in one turn. One action grenade launch, a little bit of extra inaccuracy there, but still landing at the feet.
Ready-ish.
Right, we need to navigate through here without waking up the eggs. So that's why we use a heavy trooper to jump straight over the top. Still bleeding from the head wound. But he's going to surprise this sniper here. Uh-oh. Oh shit, we just woke up this thing. That is actually not good. I believe I said in the last letter that they're not a threat unless you provoke them. Well, he's going to Psychic Scream now. And I'm pretty sure Omar's going to panic. I believe it's like 8 willpower damage. So I'm going to send Warhound, who has full willpower, to nurse him through the panic next turn.
Standing by.
I'm going to belt this Triton. Took off its weapon arm, that's great, but it has regeneration. So let's step back. We are surrounded by bad guys, but they are heavy troopers, so we can rely on their armor to mitigate
What's the plan?
a lot of damage. Oh, it doesn't give you a free action for the rocket launcher anymore. That's alright.
Bombs
I can
online.
deal with that. But how will I deal with it is the question. We're going to stand in front of this Triton and hope it shoots Warhound in the head instead of Omar again in the arm. The howl of the living tower. It's like 3 humans fused to a tree. Screaming. Yep, it's confirmed. It can resurrect corpses. We need to get rid of another Achlis. Shotgun blast from range. Peppering Nightcat and the Armadillo with buckshot. Oh no, we activated the tower again. Oh man, we're going to get caught in a panic loop here if we're not careful. We need to kill this sniper. I don't think it did anything. Yeah, it just deployed mist. Trying to make Warhound panic. Which she will do if we don't kill this turret right now.
Forming target.
Whatever it's called, Terror Sentinel. We're not going to be able to kill it now. We need to shoot all 3 heads off. Alright, this is why I always use heavies in a pair though, because they really need to back each other up. Solo troopers die. See if fire will do anything to the heads. We'll get some fire onto the Acheron as well. The last thing we need is for it to resurrect everything we kill. Just use a grenade for that. Nice and easy. This one will be a shot. Put some damage on the Triton standing in the fire.
For now.
Let's put more damage on here. Rocketman is using the Bandit Assault Rifle. We were running short on weapons. He needs his own. It's not bad for close range combat,
I'm going.
but for long range it's no good at all. It's like a shotgun.
All I need is a clear shot. Attack
It
success.
might bleed to death. Yes, it will. That's great. No more worms. But we're going to hang around the Armadillo because I think we're reaching the limits of the help it can provide. Our 2 heavies, we're just going to treat them like 2 different teams. The Armadillos are doing their job. Now the heavies need to do theirs. We want to draw all the aggro to the Armadillo. And hope that the heavies can endure another round of will shocks here. Tempting to resurrect corpses, but I'm not sure how effective that was. Because it just came screaming out of the fire with no arms and legs.
Can do this. Can't be
Blind, so it ran straight in, and Warhound followed it to the fringes of the fire. Okay, so it was Warhound's turn to panic because we are stuck in this little loop here where it screams every turn. So now Omar needs to do something.
ready-ish.
This is not an ideal situation, but I think we can pull through. The fact that there is so much fire here, it's not giving the Pandorans much option in their moves. It's either burn left or burn right. Let's put some fire on the reinforcement point. We even have a panicked Triton behind us that I didn't see. Behind a hut to our right. We're going to move forward here and try and give them some extra fire support. With the threat of the worms gone now. Have a shot here. At the Acheron. Good job. No damage, I don't think.
I'm on the move.
Whatever that is, shoot at it.
Despite this much.
Yeah, the Terror Sentinel. I really should have looked before I leapt. That is a classic example. I'm just glad we didn't use complete release, because they'd be dead. The Acheron is panicking, covered in napalm. This Triton Ghoul Alpha stacking up more virus on Omar. Well, we may be here for a little while. Perhaps give us a like button for the mess I made. We have a turn here to get out of danger, but the Terror Sentinel will still pose a problem. Warhound is recovering this turn. Just have to spray through the glare, trying to hit the Terror Sentinel. It is preparing its scream again. There is a completely... Ooh, where'd that Triton go? He's gone. I mean, I know there's already fire there, but let's just reset it. The less an Acheron can leap, the better. We're going to have to advance.
Finger on the trigger.
Salvage team have put themselves in a little bit of mischief. Looks like Nestbusters will have to break them out of it. Rocket Man's going to mount up. Alright, we have a turn here free. We are immune to panic for one turn. Let's get out of here. We could one-shot kill the Triton. We could put a fair amount of damage on this thing. Let's kill it. And we've got a pistol as well we could use. But let's move away from this worm that will explode next turn. The armadillo is now out of ammunition. I could have sworn that Warhound had a damaged amygdala and was immune to Psychic Scream. So I don't know why she panicked last turn. It might have been the mist. But also I might have her confused with another soldier. Oh, go away with your resurrection.
Attempting to reposition. I can't take this anymore.
Alright, Nightcat panicking. Omar panicking. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Shoot them! We have not put any damage on the spawnery. We are a little bit tied up. Warbird has seized the initiative and moved forward. Going to spend a lot of willpower here, but it's alright. Rocket Man's having a rest. Shoot it. Get some willpower back. Then see if we can't take out the Terror Sentinel once and for all and end this little puzzle. Okay, we are all right now. Alright, Warhound can jump. Got these shotgun-wielding Tritons advancing on our position. That Arthur just fell off the cliff and died. Oh! Nightcat taking some buckshot. Not much. Oh, this goddamn virus rifle wielding Triton. I think we've killed it like 3 times.
Standing by.
Or killed one of them with it. Thing keeps resurrecting stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's gonna blast it with the Grom.
Zooming in.
Ooh, yeah. Arm and head.
I'm here.
Ooh, there's a brute right there. Dismount, or what? Rocket Man, dismount. That was brutally effective shotgun blast. This Triton panicked as a result of how effective it was. Let's put some fire on it.
Nice.
It's the last of her willpower, so she will panic next.
That should have gone better.
I think these guys are pretty much safe to move out now. These guys have made it to their objective.
Ready-ish.
Just have a slight obstacle in the way.
Looks dangerous.
Just
Where
gonna
are they coming
bash
from?
it. A bit of damage to the Hell Cannon, but enough to take down the Triton. Next up, I think we just want to jump straight in there. So we get to work next turn. Still bleeding from the head wound. Yeah, I must have been mistaken. I don't see damaged amygdala for Warhound. Must be someone else that has it. No luck with the Rage Burst. Because we are standing behind a block, that's why. Alright, we need to go over this way. Thought we had a clear line of sight. How stupid. Let's go.
Homes online.
Recover some willpower by blasting this Triton, and then we will evacuate.
Enemy down.
But we will stick around until the objective is done. Hopefully drawing reinforcements to them rather than the heavies.
Switching ammo.
Right, now mount up.
All set.
There are 2 upgrades for the armadillo you can get. You can get a light armor upgrade and a heavy armor. Light armor lets you mount up for no action cost. And heavy armor adds hit points and armor to every component, which is pretty interesting. So I think we're going to have 2 different types of armadillo as well. Alright, time to start spraying some egg pods. Let's try Rage Burst with the Grom autocannon from Warhound. A 6 shot, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots from the autocannon.
What's the plan?
580 damage, I think. It said that, but it looks like more. Completely emptied the magazine. That was pretty cool.
I need to recover.
Omar needs to heal up. He's just using this hell cannon like a battering ram. Nightcat, make your way back to the armadillo. Spotted a siren. Yeah, we definitely need to move.
I got a visual.
Everyone has low willpower. We don't want to tangle with a siren. That Acheron should die. Siren Banshee charging forward. Luckily it didn't scream.
Ready for action.
Jumping aboard.
Standing by.
Okay, reload the Grom autocannon. We don't have enough will to do that again. It was cool though. Let's bash it and try and... Nope, no luck hitting the egg pod. Let's just go with the PDW. That's better. Now Omar, your turn. You've got the pistol. Or the big gun. Bit of overkill on that tiny amount of hit point. Let's use the pistol now for the remaining action. We can't because we just spent it. That's okay. Let's head to the extraction point. Draw the siren over towards us. Ooh, he sprayed the armadillo with acid, melting the wheels a little bit. Let's make sure we can destroy this thing pretty quickly. Let's get around the other side and destroy the other egg pods.
Still attempting to reposition.
Oh, we're here for another
What's the
turn,
plan?
at least.
I can do this.
Go with double pistol shot. Alright, now let's try and tease this siren into doing something silly. It's going to come close, it's going to hit us. And then we're going to cheese it. Okay. Now that's in our evac zone, let's dismount.
Ready for action.
And everyone should get to shoot it in the face for free and then escape. So we'll shred its head. 30 armor, pretty significant. Right, that's done a good job of shredding the head. Rocket Man, your turn. Shotgun blast to the shredded head should work. Much more damage on the head. Excellent. No willpower, so we may as well leave. We can bash him. See you later.
Guess it's my turn.
No willpower, so just shoot it.
Okay. Target's still alive.
And escape. And escape. And that should leave us enough time to destroy this without any issues.
Still active. Hopefully don't miss. Not a kill. Moving as fast as I can. Attempting to
Warhound and
reposition.
Omar making it out the northern entrance. Took a bit longer than we thought, but I guess that makes up for the brevity of the previous mission. The battle barge is heading back to Australia, and this time we're going to actually swap out the passenger module and going to put in the long range one. And hopefully we will be able to reach Antarctica from Australia. We have another team coming up in a Thunderbird. These guys will focus on haven defense and crowd control, so they will have an armadillo, and I'm thinking that we will have the priest as the central part of this team. The capture crew will come next. We need to build another Thunderbird. I was thinking this armadillo could have the lightweight alloy plating, which will let them enter the vehicle at no action point cost. Pretty interesting. Loading up the battle barge with the team that will be the expeditionary force that head to Antarctica. The extended range module, just need to move it to the top of the priority list and we'll have that one out in no time. One day. Our research shows that when several Pandoran lairs exist in one overlapping territory, they merge into a single structure. It is noted that this new network is larger than before and no longer has a spawnery. Instead, the Citadel contains a single controlling Scylla, while all other creatures are created from clusters of biomass in the Citadel. And the Behemoth has arrived, so we need to scramble the fighters to South America. The North American garrison aircraft will arrive first, and Phoenix forward base Somalia is under attack. We need to find out where they're coming from. And we have no forces in the region. Uh-oh. Yes, we do. Fire support. Head off. Right now. 11 hours. We need another answer. Salvage and recovery. 8 hours. You're up. Launch ASAP. We also have a Disciple of Anu Haven under attack by the Pure but we are less concerned with what the disciples are doing. They have a lot of havens, so they can probably afford to lose a few. If we're very careful, we'll be able to fight off a lot of these flyers in this first wave with just 2 aircraft. And we also have our experimental interceptor, armed with rockets. Psychically guided rockets. This interceptor will take out the flamethrower and the psychic weapon, and then we'll use our rocket gunship on it and see what happens with that. So the Gadfly RC-6 rockets, let's go. We have launched a total of 12 rockets, all of them do 110 damage. Wow, they took out the ram straight away despite missing a few. 65% accuracy. Took out a weapon, that's a solid 350 damage. Let's see how it goes against 50 armor. Ooh, almost wiped it out in one volley, that's really good. It's definitely a finisher.
It would appear that diplomatic relations between Cmdr and the Phoenix Project are improving. This seemed like a positive development to me, but I'm curious. Are you motivated by any kind of investment in our political and philosophical views, or are you just doing your job?
We would prefer for humans to stay humans, if possible.
So our short-term goals are similar, but our long-term goals are not necessarily aligned. Or perhaps you are still weighing your options. Unfortunate, but not unexpected.
This Abaddon is a pretty armored fellow. His weapon loadout is pretty poor though, so as long as we stay away from the rams, we'll be okay. Let's disengage once we take out the flamethrower. Come back with the rockets. Let's test those out. This thing has 80 armor, so our rockets will only do 30 damage. Yeah, and it's nowhere near as good as it was against the Beret. Now that is a lot of damage. Let's get out of here. So after that little test, the autocannon railgun, or the AC-4, is still the best option against all Pandorans. The rocket pods would be good against the very weak ones, just to quickly knock them out of the sky. The next episode will see us facing the Pandorans on our doorstep at Forward Operating Base Somalia. They've had some time to set up, but I don't think it's enough time to set up one of those large spawneries, a full infestation. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and Phoenix Point will be back very shortly. Commander Tyrael, out.